Hello and welcome to Front Row Racing's PCF League. That's Project Cars Fridays on Front Row Racing DP, and we're just making some final preparations for getting going. It does look like the live stream has gone on to being another event instead of just being a direct live stream. I'm just going to quickly double check that now. It's very frustrating when YouTube does this. Oh no, it is saying that it's a live show, so maybe I'm just wrong on that one. Okay, so myself from a Racing DP in the commentary box, and I've got from a Racing RI joining me for the PCF. Now, Ray, obviously the Project Cars Fridays League and the LMP2s, it's a very different kettle of fish for these guys compared to the F1 leagues that we run. So you've had a little go in one car this evening, but it actually wasn't one of the LMP2s. Do you want to tell us about the LMP2s and what we might see around here, or do you want to tell us about the other car you've just been having a go in?
I don't know. Well, I have tried the LMP2s around here and it's quite nice. And I like this track. And the other car that I was trying was the V8s.
Ford Falcon.
Down under.
The Aussie V8 Ford Falcon. A car I've not had a chance to have a go in myself, but I love the Aussie V8s. I really, really do. Okay, we'll focus a little more on what we've got ahead of us this evening. As you'll see, we've got a few more drivers in than we had last week. We've got a few new names. There has still been a few more invites sent out. So for those guys, if they come on and they get in time, then they're going to be able to get in. But I think there's 2 spaces left available. There's 3 invites that have been sent out. So 2 of them may be able to get in. The other 1 is not going to be able to. Okay. The PCF, quick catch up on what the standings are. James Hulkenberg's leading the way at the moment on 66 points. Dave the Harp, he's on 61 points. Hesselden 90, he's on 56 points, but he's unavailable to race this evening, so he's potentially going to lose out massively if Dave and James have a good race. Neo Tig is in 4th place on 32, then we've got Mull Ryan on 24, Duo Finn on 13, and Woolhouse on 11. Jonesy on 10, GT5 King on 9, and then everybody else is on 0. So, it's very important for the drivers to score as many points as they can at the moment, and we are on our way to the Nurburgring GP circuit for 27 laps around this track. 15-minute qualifying session, then a 5-minute practice. That's the time for the drivers to get their race fuel sorted out, their strategies sorted out, and get ready for the race. As I mentioned, 27 lap race. We could see 1 pit stop, we could see 2, we could see some terrible weather. We just won't know until we actually open those garage doors in the pit lane. But I'm sure, Ray, you'll be wishing for some wet weather around here.
Yes, of course. I don't know what it is. I don't like racing in the wet weather, but I like spectating in wet weather.
I tell you what, Ray, a little job for you. We've lost a driver, so time for you to check your list, find out who it was, send them another invite, and I tell you what, it's raining! It's raining heavily! I think it may have been GT5 King, and I think he may be back with us already. No, I think it was GT5 King. So if you want to quickly send him another invite, Ray, as Mull Ryan's going to be the first out on track. And I tell you what, it's not just raining, it is absolutely hammering it down here in Germany. Now, I know, Ray, we were talking earlier about slippery and wet conditions. Now, I tell you what, with how much rain is currently on this circuit and how hard it's coming down, it's like being in a shower. And we all know how slippy it can be in the shower cubicle. But we also know...
But add some baby oil.
Yeah, if you add some baby oil and a person of the opposite sex, or even the same sex, if that's what you like, it's going to get a hell of a lot slippery, or slipperier, isn't it, Hybrid Nuke? Oh, even the dog agrees. Even the dog agrees.
I might have an hour of practice set on. I don't know.
Oh, Raymond. It's an hour-long practice. I tell you what, though, hang on a second.
Can you not skip?
No.
Skip to end of session?
You can. If you can skip to the end of session, skip to the end of session. That'll make everyone wonder. Apologies, drivers, for that one. It was set on an hour practice session. Ray was too busy thinking about his baby oil in the shower comment to realise he'd left an hour session on. Okay, have we got GT5 King back with us? I don't think we have. We've got Lee Elmo McElroy. He's joined us. So, Ray, if you want to just send GT5 King another invite, see if we can get him back in. He's loading. Okay, well, he'll still be able to get in. Okay, we're back out on track then for the 15-minute qualifying session. And Stringy B, he's managed to get in as well. So he's now spinning it around. The conditions are just as treacherous as they were for the unnecessary practice session. I just hope you'd kept a 5-minute practice session on after, warm-up session on after this. Okay, new drivers: Kay Slay, Azamort, Richie Davies in for I think his second race of the season, but didn't score any points in his first one. Andy Russell, new driver into the Project Cars Leagues, but we know he races in the F1 FRR World Series. Dave the Harp just making his way out on track now. Okay, Lielmo, Duofin, they're staying in the garage where it's nice and dry, because it is absolutely smashing it down. And actually looking at the weather forecast, it's not just a rain, it's not just a bit of rain, it's a thunderstorm. So we're in for some very, very stormy conditions here. And for these
Scottish weather, that is.
Oh, and I've just seen a big flash of lightning as Mulrine was heading through the Schumacher S's. Oh dear.
There's another one.
Yep. Now, the only thing that these drivers can perhaps hope for is that this weather... Oh, big crack of thunder. I mean, Ray, you said there's another one. That thunder's still going. It wasn't long from the flash of thunder to the sound. Sorry, the flash of lightning to the sound of the thunder. So that thunder's not. Sorry, the storm's not that far away, because we know what the rule is. You see the lightning, you count how many seconds it is. How many seconds it is how many miles away it is. And I would have said there was only about 3 or 4 seconds there, and. Yeah, so that storm is close. Hulkenberg, the current championship leader, he's sat in the pits at the moment, just making his way out onto track. It's going to be very difficult in these conditions to see who's really on a flyer. Mulrine, he's down at turn 1, gone wide. I think he was on a flyer, but he's not going to be on one anymore. He's on more of a slider. We've got another car, I think that's Hulkenberg. He's just made his way down the start-finish. Andy Russell, yeah, there's Hulkenberg getting out of the way of a car that's on a lap. Andy Russell getting his way around turn 1 in these treacherous conditions. It really is treacherous. I mean, Ray, when you're doing your practice for the PCS League, are you doing much practice in wet weather?
No, none at all.
Do you think these guys have been doing much practice in the wet weather?
None at all.
I would be tempted to agree with you. I really, really would. Now, for guys like Andy Russell, perhaps Azamore, a little bit new to the LMP2s, this could be like chucking them right in at the deep end, literally in some of these corners with how deep the puddles are going to be. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they get on. And for the light, oh, that was a huge flash of lightning. 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, no thunder yet. But I reckon when it does come, it's going to be a big, loud one. So yeah, for Hulkenberg, Dave the Harp. Oh, there it is. The thunder nearly lasted as long as the gap was from the lightning to the thunder. This is a big, big storm these guys are in at the moment, and I'm hoping that our commentary box doesn't spring a leak, because if it does, Ray, me and you are going to get absolutely drenched, and my dressing gown I'm wearing to keep warm that's got a monkey hood will end up getting absolutely soaked and will not be doing its job of keeping me warm. Oh, the thunder and lightning is coming faster.
I don't fancy a wet wet t-shirt competition.
No, not with us two. I don't think either of us would win. I tell you what though, we just watched Andy Russell for a lap. He's about to cross the line, put himself third place on a 2 minute 7.8. Mulrine's in second place on a 2 minute 6.2. Richie Davies on pole position with a 2 minute 6.1. He's in the same colour car as Hulkenberg, I think. The car behind him just went off. I don't know who that was. Oh, we've got spinners around turn 3, turn 2. Oh, another huge flash of lightning. Well, I don't know where that car was going. I know it's a bit dark out there. Perhaps they need a bit more lightning to brighten up where the track is. Driver Montana, he's in fourth place on a 2 minute 9.5. Lee Elmo just leaving the pits. Duofin. I would expect him to cope with these conditions, no problem whatsoever. But we'll have to wait and see how he does get on. For those drivers that raced last week at Silverstone, we had some wet weather there, but it wasn't as bad as this. Also, obviously, the weather. Oh God, what have you seen, Ray? Who's lost it?
David Hart's in first place, but there's a massive crash spinner. Green car, who's in the green car? Lee Elmo McElroy. He's struggling. His car spun about 3 or 4 times before coming to a rest. So
he's struggling, as you mentioned, in these tricky conditions. And you also said Dave the Harp, he'd gone and put it on pole position. He has 2 minutes 5. I was going to say, for those guys that raced last week at Silver... Oh, Mulrine, he's gone so deep at the final chicane, he's nearly in Belgium. For those drivers that raced at Silverstone last week, they'll have had an extra race of driving in the wet conditions, but not as heavy as this. Compare it though to those guys that had no running last week in wet conditions. This is all new, and I tell you what, if the race is as wet as this, it's going to be so difficult. We look at how much water is coming out the back of the cars, the amount of spray. It's going to be nigh on invisible. We got a car the wrong way round in the final chicane. I'm not sure who it was, but Hulkenberg, he's coming round the final lap. I'd expect this to be a good lap. He did tell me what his dry time was, and I think it was a 1 minute 47. I could be wrong, but we're not going to get anywhere near it. It's pole position for Hulkenberg at 2 minutes 3.6, showing these guys you're going to have to up your games, boys. Duofin told you he wouldn't struggle. Second place, a 2:05.2. Dave the Harps realised, oh God, I'm going to have to go out again. Richie Davey, I don't think he will. He's not going to look forward to it at all. As if he does, his smokes might get wet. Mulrine, though, he's in fifth place on another lap. He looks like he's struggling a little bit, but not as much as some others. Andy Russell, he's leaving the pits, is he? Or is that Hulkenberg or Richie Davey? No, I think that's Andy Russell up there. So he's just crossed the line, perhaps, with a 2:07.8. I think Richie Davey has gone out again. Driver Montana, he's gone off the track. Lee Elmo, he's gone off the track and come back on. Neo Tig, he's in the pits thinking, yeah. Not had a lot of practice. I did it in the dry. I ain't ready for this. Case at the moment, and I tell you what, we got thunder and lightning in the skies, and he's got lightning all over his car. It wouldn't surprise me if that car was actually yellow. He drove it out of the pits. It's been struck by lightning, and it's left its mark all over it. I do, though, think that this is the sexiest of the LMP2 cars, as he has a slow motion spin. He's now facing the wrong way. Gets it facing the right way and can continue on. Stringy B, he's in the garage, and it looks like they've actually closed the door on his. And GT5 King still not back in with us, that I can tell. So perhaps okay. He's got plenty of them to get in then. Hulkenberg, he's out going for another lap if he can. Duofin's out for another lap if he can. Dave the Harp, he's realised if he wants pole position, he's got to go back out, and he has done. Just under 6 minutes to go, and with a 2 minute lap time, you've got to be out of the pits with about 2:30 to go to get round and get the lap in. Richie Davey has put his smokes down, left them in the garage so they don't get wet, and he's back out on track to try and improve on his current fourth place. Oh, another huge crack of thunder. I tell you what, Ray, you might want to give your dog an extra bit of a cuddle, because I know some puppies don't like thunderstorms.
My four-legged or two-legged?
Oh, Raymond, you're living on the edge. It's a good job your missus can't hear what I said, otherwise you would be getting such a smack round the back of the head. Your headset would hit your TV, bounce back, and your microphone would end up near where your foot is, and your foot would end up in your mouth. Okay, Richie Davies coming around the final corner. I think he's on an out lap. I think he's on an out lap. We'll just have to wait and see if it changes his time. It hasn't. Okay, let's see what he can do. The wipers are working. They're clearing the windscreen quite nicely. If there was a car behind him, he'd be struggling. Oh, it's twitchy on the brakes into turn one. How is it on the power? It's twitchy for Richie. Yeah, try saying that after a few beers. Thankfully, I've not had many of them. Twitchy Richie. He's had another one. Totally offline compared to where he wanted to be. The thunderstorm is still kicking off big time. I'll tell you what though, it's made this session very, very entertaining for us, perhaps not for the drivers. I'll tell you what, Ray, go and see if you can find anyone that could be on a phenomenal lap, possibly trying to steal pole position as we keep an eye on...
I'm watching Dave the Harp there now.
Oh.
Down to turn one.
I'll tell you what...
Oh, he's going deep. Can he pull it back in? He's went quite wide in turn one. But
pop your... Hit your hit your R2 button, pop the track map on, it'll let you know if anyone's up in the sectors. But yeah, carry on, driving in the wet.
Driving in the wet, it's different lines for driving in the dry, so maybe he's trying to get that driving in the wet lines sorted out.
He could well be, because the only way you know is if you go off the racing line to see if you get more grip. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. And if you've got to cross over the racing line, you may find that that is slippy, and all the next thing you know, you're in the wall. Richie Davey coming around what you would think is the fastest part of the circuit, but surprisingly isn't. Hard on the brakes now, or as hard as he can be in these conditions, into the chicane, onto the final corner. It's been looking like a fairly decent lap, you know. Is it faster than his previous? We'll soon find out. Is it fast enough for a pole position? We'll soon find that out as well. So, not long to go. Across the line, it's a 2:04.7. He's stolen second place. No, Hulkenberg's stolen second place. No, he hasn't, because Kay Slay, who's behind Richie Davey, has stolen pole position with a 2:02.4. Talk about putting it on, well, putting yourself on show in your first showing. Pole position in conditions like this. Hulkenberg, what have you got in answer to that? Dave the Harp, what have you got in answer to that? He's coming around the final corner. He's not going to get another lap in after this, I don't think, not unless it's a 2:02. He's just done a 2:03.2. He's taken second place. Hulkenberg's out, he's off at the final chicane. That'll be his session over. Duo Finn, he's off as well. Andy Russell, it was Andy Russell that was off, sorry. Azamore, he's about to cross the line at 2:05. Sixth place for him.
Joe-Finn's in the pits.
Yep, Joe-Finn's in the pits. That's his session over. Who else have we got? Andy Russell, he's about to cross the line. I don't think it's going to be a quick one, though. It's not.
Oh, Richard Davies off. He's in the pits. He's retired to the pits.
Richie's session over then. Kay Slay, he's still going. Who else have we got? Hulkenberg, he's still going. I don't think he's got enough time to do another lap. He's in third place with a 2:03.6. Richie's in fourth. Joe-Finn's in fifth.
Hulkenberg's lost it. No, that's him. That's session over.
Yep, session over for Hulkenberg. Who else is out there? Andy Russell is. Not enough time to set the lap. Stringy B, he's out there. He's not set a lap time yet. And then there's me and you, Ray. Ray, we've lost somebody else from the listings. No, someone else. I'm not sure who it is. It's saying that GT5 King has joined and left, but we are another driver down. Neo Tig, yeah. So send Neo Tig another invite.
I can't get to it. It won't let me.
Okay. We'll do it in the warm-up session then. Okay, let's go and see if Caseley's improved on his lap at all. No, he's into the pits. I think that's pretty much going to be session over as the drivers are going to be drying themselves off. Andy Russell's still out on track, but not enough time to actually finish the lap. But all this is a little bit of additional practice for him. This is where, Ray, the drivers are really going to be hoping you did put a 5-minute practice session, warm-up session on. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to send an invite to Neotig. But for Neo, maybe he's seen these conditions and thought, you know what, it's just too much for me. So, qualifying then. Caseley pole, Dave second, Hulkenberg third, Richie Davey fourth, Duo Finn fifth, Azamort sixth, Mulrine seventh, Andy Russell eighth, Driver Montana ninth, Lee Elmo 10th, Stringy B 11th, and if we get Neo Tig and GT5 back in, they will be 12th and 13th. So, 5-minute warm-up session is on then. Right, and it is dry. It's beautifully sunny. Well, they do say after the storm comes the sunshine. So here we are, beautiful sunshine. Slippy. It will be a little bit green, but obviously as slippery as having a huge thunderstorm or even baby oil in the shower can be, you can't beat a beautifully dry track.
Now we'll see what the dry pace is of the cars now.
Quite possibly. I mean, for these guys, they might want to use this 5 minutes to get their fuel in, get their strategy sorted, or they may want to use it to go and pump in a fast lap time to go, here, this is what I can do. If it had been dry, this is what I could have done.
Neotig and GT5 King are sitting at loading, so I don't know.
Okay.
I sent invites anyway. I'll send a couple more.
Yep.
To be on the safe side.
That is the only thing. Yep. It's the only thing you can do. Send them invites. I mean, if those invites have expired, or for any of the drivers that were due to be on and their invites have expired, they could always try going to my name on their PSN list and seeing if it will allow you to join through myself. Preferably not directly through myself. That'd be a little bit uncomfortable. But yeah, you may be able to get in that way.
A wee bit of possession there.
Nothing wrong with that. Although I'm not a big fan of horror movies. Okay, but I grew up in the era of when like Nightmare on Elm Street was really scary. Poltergeist, that ruined my life for a big period, especially when you're told by your older brothers. You do know that the girl who played the lead character in that, the little girl, she died not long after that film. Yeah, that's a good way to freak out an 8-year-old, isn't it? Although probably I wasn't 8 years old, but even if I was, I shouldn't be watching a film like that around that age.
Just a wee bit of information. I've got me and my business partner, I've got the rights to go and investigate that actual house.
Oh, really? So you with your... I mean, a lot of people won't know it, but you're a bit of a mysterious hunter, shall we say?
Yep.
Paranormal activist, maybe?
Or go down there and it's past the watershed, isn't it? Shite myself.
Yeah. Or are you the person that sits in the corner in the dark going, ooh, ooh?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Okay, I tell you what, there's not long left of this warm-up session, and I tell you what, the weather in that qualifying session just totally brought it alive, and I'm exhausted now. And the thing is, even though this session is now beautifully dry, there's nothing to say that the race will be. The race could start dry, turn wet.
Everybody's in except GT5 King, he seems to be having connection problems.
Oh dear, oh dear. Maybe his internet is possessed.
Feed your hamster, GT5 King.
Feed your hamster. Okay. I'm going to use this last minute of this warm-up session just to gather our thoughts. I would go and make a cuppa, but my kettle sounds like a nuclear power station warming up, so I won't go and do that. But if I end up with a bit of a sore throat through qualifier, through the race, I do apologise. But anyway, yeah, I mean, the race, I mean, having seen how that qualifying session was, Ray, would you love to see an absolute downpour like that straight from the start of the race, or perhaps creep in part way through?
Creep in part way through? Ooh, what's going on here? This case, trying? No, he's retiring. No, I'd like it to creep through. I'd like a wee bit right, when am I going to have to change my tyres come into play? I guess it more interesting with a straight downpour. Then you've got the guys, they're going to have to get the settings there. Well,
yep.
They've got the settings there. I don't know if they can change the settings. Well, they can change them in the warm-up, but it'd be a wee bit too risky to change them.
Yep, definitely.
If it's on random and
then change. Yeah. Okay. Any predictions for who the winner might be?
Those lights and nail the start. Let's stay safe.
I'm gonna go for K-Slate as they're away from the line. The lights have gone, and so have the cars. So I'm going to get retired to the commentary box, and we'll go and spectate down into turn one. The front two have got clear ahead. Then we're 2 wide, 3 wide, 2 wide. We'd like to see everyone get around the first lap with no major incidents if we can. And it looks like they've at least got around the first couple of corners. Richie Davey trying to pile some pressure onto James Hulkenberg. It's going to get confusing with those two being in identical cars. But James Hulkenberg's not going to want to let Richie Davey come and sort of force him down the order. And they've got Mulrine. It's Mulrine just behind them. He's managed to steal a place as well as he's closed the door on Richie Davey. So that's allowed Hulkenberg to get ahead. Duofin's in 6th place with Azamor in 7th. Neo Tiggy managed to get back in and he's up to 8th place already. Andy Russell's down to 9th. Driver Montana in 10th, and Stringy B and Lee Elmo having a little bit of a battle at the back. Myself and Ray in the commentary box. Up at the lead though, K-Slate, he's leading the way into the Schumacher S's with Dave the Harp right behind him, and Hulkenberg, he's catching them quick. Now, I tell you what, I did let Hulkenberg know earlier today that Hesselden wasn't going to be able to make the race, and him and Dave would have been absolutely buzzing. They'd be like, yeah, Dave, me and you, mate, we can go and win this race, either one of us. K-Slay's come in and gone, no, you're all right, guys, I'll take over from Hesselden's place. He's obviously just as fast. Question's going to be, is he as kind on his tyres, and can he make it last throughout the whole of the race? He's gone deep into the chicane, yeah. Gone very deep. That's going to give Dave a chance. Now K's gone defensive. Dave can take a wider entry, try and carry through the middle of the corner to attack down into what is the fastest part of the track, down into turn one with a bit of a kink and a bumpy braking zone. We could see anything happen down here. And what are we going to see, Ray? Nothing. Oh, Richie Davey making a move. Well, Richie Davies just made a move. There's another move a little further down as well.
Oh, Hulkenberg's lost it.
He has. He's down into 6th, so we didn't see it, or you saw it at turn 2. He's now gathering his thoughts back onto the track. He was going quick. Who was it, do you know, Ray, that bumped him down there? As Dave's now got himself up into first.
He lost the rear end, he spun.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We've got Duofin in the wall. I think he's just hit the barrier. That's letting 2 cars go through. He's going to have Hulkenberg behind him. This is going to be, could be an epic race here. So much going on. Up at the front though, K-Slade down into 2nd place. Got Mulrine behind him, Richie Davey behind him, Dave the Harp leading. Hulkenberg, as much as he likes Dave the Harp, he doesn't need him winning this race really when it comes to the points. Driver Montana, he's under a bit of pressure, is he? No, it's Lee Elmo McElroy behind him. We've got Elmo McElroy, Andy Russell now, and Stringy B in 9th. No, 10th, 11th and 12th. They're battling it out down the order there. All of the drivers, though, if they can finish, will score points. So it is vital for the guys to get to the end of the race.
Hulkenberg, is he going for the move? Hulkenberg on Duofin, I think it is. Yep, he's going for the move. Is he going to keep it? Because Joe Finn's going to be on the inside for the last chicane.
Oh, he's took it deep, too deep.
It's not give him. Has it given him a speed penalty? No,
I don't think it has. I think he just had to back out of it to make sure he didn't wipe Duo Finn out. But it was a brave attempt. It was worth going for. It just did not pay off. Now Richie Davies still in 4th place behind Mulrine in 3rd. K-Slade trying to catch back up to Dave the Harp, but looking at the fastest lap times at the moment, Dave's on a 150.1, K's on a 150.3. So Dave has got some speed in him. K's going to have to work out what he's going to do to catch. Mulrine's on a 150.2. He's fast as well, but not fast enough for Richie Davey, who's bumping him down the road, saying, come on, speed up. And Richie's in the 50s as well. I reckon Richie will be going for a move as soon as he possibly can. Mulrine a little too much curb there, unsettling the car. That could give Richie an opportunity down into the hairpin. Mulrine's gone defensive. Now you can go around the outside in the hairpin, but you've really got to get the entry right. He's decided to back out, go for the speed on the exit. Have to watch out for that curb as it has a little bit of a wiggle. And behind, he's going to have to stay for a moment, a bit further back. I think that's what you've just seen. Yep, Hulkenberg. Is he up to 6th or down to 6th, Ray? Asamoah. Yeah, big crash. I think he may have had a bit of lag there. I think we may have lost him completely. If he has, he'll be gutted about that one. Hulkenberg's now up to 5th. Neotig's just gone off the track and got a power boost penalty. He's in 6th. But guess what? Here's 7th. Duofin right behind him. Oh, he's going to be catching him quick. Now, we've lost Asamoah. He's gone. Oh, big shame for him. He has said he has had connectivity issues of late. They are being worked on.
Mulrine. A wee bit of contact out the last corner, the side by side. Who's going to make it into turn 1? Who's going to do it? Richie Davies get the inside the line, but Mulrine could put the brakes on early and try and get a switch back. No, is he going to do it? He's looking for the drive out the corner while Richie Davies get a wee bit of wiggle on him round turn 2. No, Mulrine's sitting there back in 4th place. Richie Davies got the move.
He has. I tell you what, Hulkenberg in 5th place. He's catching him. So
148.8.
For Hulkenberg, a 48.8. I mentioned in qualifying, I'm sure he said that his fastest in the drive may have been a 47, but looking at that lap time, he's either on very low fuel or I got the time wrong, because that at the moment is a phenomenally fast lap compared to the leader, who's still on a 150.1, and K-Slay's catching him up. He's got his lights on just to let Dave know he's there. Don't make a mistake, because if you do, I'm going to come right past you. Hang on, I should have said that a little bit differently. He'll drive straight past you. Okay. Mulrine's back into 3rd. Richie Davey, where's he gone? He's down into 5th. Something's happened to Richie Davey. We've not spotted it, but he's now down into 5th place. That puts Hulkenberg up to 4th. But we've got a battle going on. Neotig and Duofin are right behind them two. It's driver Montana and Lee Elmo. Now Neotig, he's been dropping a bit of time to Duofin over the last lap since he had his little bit of an off. Can he make any additional gains? Can he take an extra place behind that? I think Elmo's just giving himself a bit of a power boost penalty, as Ray sounds like he's squeezing one out.
Joe Finn's got ahead of Neotig on that chicane. He got a bit of exit out the chicane.
So he managed to get ahead into the final corner then. Lee Elmo, I thought he was going to come under attack from driver Montana, but he's just pulled out that gap. Oh, Neotig's gone for a move. He's hit Duofin, but he's let him continue on. Lucky boy. Stringy B still in 10th. Andy Russell, he's into the pits in 11th place. We're only 4 laps into the race and he's into the pits already. Could be for damage, could be for new tyres. Whew. I thought this race wouldn't be as exciting without the wet weather, but so far it is.
Park is lapping 2 seconds faster than the top 3.
Oh, They're going to have to watch out for that then, because he's already on the back of Mulrine. Mulrine's locking it up a little bit. So Hulkenberg, he's on a charge. It's not good to drive with a red mist falling, but it is good to drive aggressive, and he's driving aggressively smooth at the moment, which is all good and well unless he catches a curb that spins him. But as you say, if he's lapping 2 seconds a lap faster, he's going to be past Mulrine before he knows it, and he's going to be back onto Kay and Dave before they know it as well. Oh, Mulrine, he's off. He's had a bit of a moment. That's just gifted Hulkenberg that position. Hulkenberg would have been sat there trying to work out where he's going to overtake, and now he doesn't have to. Now he can just focus on the cars ahead, go and catch them, see if you can make a fight for it for the lead of the race, because Casely, he's making a fight for it. He's all over the back of Dave and perhaps even close enough to go for an overtake.
Yeah, Mulrine isn't letting Hulkenberg away that easy. He's trying to keep the pressure on them. Is he going to do anything into turn 1? No, he's just going to sit behind him and see different lines through turn 1 and 2. It's amazing. Oh, he's took a tighter line. And no. Nothing came out of it. I thought he was going to take a tighter line and try and keep the speed, but he'll need to watch how much of that curb he's taking, or else he's going to get a power boost penalty.
I tell you what, though, since Hulkenberg's got ahead of him, since Mulrine's had Hulkenberg get ahead of him, Mulrine's really looking a little bit more aggressive, which could slow James down. But I think for Mulrine, a good thing he could do is spot the fact that Hulkenberg is just catching him hand over fist. He is going to catch the leaders. So if Mulrine doesn't pressure him, just follows him, picks up his racing line, Mulrine's lost out. But yeah, if he just picks up his racing line, follows him, he'll catch them as well. Whereas if he attacks him, he's not going to catch him. Okay, I'm going to have...
Liam and... who is it? Neil Tigg are fighting there. Coming up into the... Is it
Schumacher S's? Yeah, that's the Schumacher S's. He was asked to help design that part of the track. He says, okay, do this. So they did. So it's called the Schumacher S's. Now, those two are very close together. Is there anyone else around them, Ray, that's perhaps close, going to give us a bit of a fight? Driver Montana's not too far away.
Not with them. Oh, we've got the pits open. Dave the Harp and James Hulkenberg both pitting at the same time.
So first and third then.
Look how close Hulkenberg is to Dave the Harp.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
Now this is an important... Sorry, go on.
This is where it gets interesting, because if they make one mistake in their pit stops, they could be sitting there for longer than they want.
Oh yes, indeed. Now Dave, his pit crew's ready to set him away. He's not ready though. Well, he might be, but he's not moved. Hulkenberg's not going anywhere yet either. His windscreen wipers are though. Dave, he's away. He's away. What about Hulkenberg? He's away. Has Hulkenberg jumped him? Hulkenberg's jumped him. Yes. He's jumped him in the pits. So what's Casely going to do now? He's leading this race. But what those guys that have just pitted are going to have to be careful of is their tyres are going to be cold.
Driver Montana's caught up the back of Lee Elmo.
Oh, he has. So he's spotted that fight that's been going on. He's catching them up.
Oh, there's another car there. Driver Montana and Neil Tigg.
Yep. So
Neil Tigg got a wee bit of lag because he was ahead of Lee Elmo.
Well, he was battling with Lee Elmo, wasn't he? Maybe he's had a bit of a moment somewhere. Maybe the tyres have started going off the cliff for him. But as you said, driver Montana, he's got into that fight. He's got past Neo Tig. And now Lee Elmo will be the next one on his target. But for Casely, he's leading the race. But Mulrine, he's still close to him. Richie Davies not far away either. Will these guys try and stretch their tyres out a little bit longer? Are they going to go for the pits? Hulkenberg and Dave going to have gained. Kay's going for the pits. Mulrine, he's going for the pits. What about Richie Davey? He's in the pits as well. Okay, crucial time for these guys. Ray, keep an eye on Hulkenberg. He jumped Dave in the pits. Casely's just making his way into the pit entry, well, the pit garage area now. Any moment, pulling over.
They're coming up to the chicane. The last chicane.
So they could be ahead by a long, long way. Duofin's taken the lead. Driver Montana's in second. It was a very, very short stop for Casely. He's on the move. So where's Hulkenberg?
Oh, Hulkenberg's locked up. They let Dave the Hart through.
Oh no, and I tell you what, Casely, with that very, very short pit stop, he's miles down the road by now, but Dave the Harp and Hulkenberg come out the pits ahead of Mulrine, who was wiggling all over the place on the pit exit. Richie Davey is still behind him, but Casely, he's already gone round turn 3 into turn 4.
I hope he's got enough fuel in.
Well, I'd hope he's got enough fuel in or even changed his tyres. Literally, he pulled into the pit box, stopped, lifted the car up, dropped it down, drove off. I'd be tempted to say they've not changed his tyres. Now, Duofin, he's known for looking after tyres, especially in F1 cars. He's got a healthy lead now. If he can stretch this stint any longer than he's already on.
Hulkenberg's looking for a to take it off Dave the Harp coming into the hairpin. Hulkenberg's on the inside. Is Dave going to leave the room? They're both leaving each other lots of room. Get a wee bit closer, guys.
Hulkenberg, though, he's up to third place. He's got a little bit wide into the Schumacher S's, a little bit wide on the exit. Just man together, though. So, Hulkenberg.
I wonder.
Go on.
Won't be any nicey now that Maverick and Goose have split up.
That's true. I mean, these guys, they were F1 teammates. They've had a bit of a dogfight. They've broken the team up. So perhaps in the Project Cars League, especially now with James being able to focus more a bit on his Project Cars racing. He's had a right mare there. I was about to say, bit more chance to just focus on racing his LMP2s. But if he has been, it didn't help him in that chicane because he's just gifted Dave the Harp 4th place. Casely's back in the pits. It didn't change his tyres. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He now needs it to rain. He needs it to rain straight after the other guys have pitted, and he hasn't pitted again yet. This could be a long stop for him. Keep an eye on him if you will, Ray. Duofin, he's leading the race. He's up in first place. Hasn't stopped yet. Driver Montana hasn't stopped yet. Let's have a look at the track map. He's in second place. Third place, not a huge gap behind them. Neotig, I think Neotig might be out of the race. I could be wrong. It could be a message from earlier on. Let's have a quick flick through. No, he's in the race still. He's in 8th place. That's a message from earlier on. Okay. So, Montana, he needs to get a shifty on, fella, because you're not catching Duofin at the moment, and the guys behind you are catching you. They're heading into the hairpin that you've just gone around, and they've made a pit stop already. I want to know if Duofin's going to be pitting. We're 8 laps into the race. Ooh.
Casely's just came out the pits in 9th place.
Oh, so it's a long, long stop for him. That's going to hurt him. We've seen he's got speed, though. He may be able to work his way back through the order. And Duofin's going for another lap. Someone told these guys these tyres wear out fist, but not him.
Dave the Harp are still fighting. They're coming down to... I don't know the name of the corner. They're coming up to the last chicane now. They were still fighting. They were side by side. These guys keep fighting. 4th place is going to catch up on them.
Well, 5th place. He'll be 5th place that catches them.
Sorry, Mulrine. It's because I was on Dave the Harp at 4th place. And
that's all right. I tell you what, I have got a track map, you know, and I've been meaning to use it, but I haven't been. I reckon Hulkenberg backed out of that move earlier because he messed up the chicane previously. He's now up alongside into turn 1, which is known as the Castrol S, up the inside. Nice move, but Dave may get a better exit, so he's going to be around the outside of the Mercedes arena. And then we're on to the RTL straight, although it's not really a straight. Hang on a minute, I think that's... Let me have a look. They're not onto the RTL straight just yet. Now Hulkenberg is. RTL being obviously the German TV channel. And they're going to head into a left-hander, which hasn't got a name, but the next one has the Ford Curve. And then the hairpin rate. It's Dunlop. An easy way to remember that is if you get your overtake wrong, you've done a Dunplop. So, Hulkenberg, he's now up to second place. Driver Montana, was it, that was still running around? I think he was in second place. I think he's pitted. He's now down in ninth. K-Slay, he's up to 8th place. Got Neotig just ahead of him. That's going to be a battle that's going to be happening very, very soon. Richie Davey is in 5th place with Mulrine in 4th. And he is all over the back of Dave the Harp in 3rd place. Hulkenberg in 2nd. And Duo Finn's going for another lap.
He's lapping a second slower than the 2 guys behind him.
But he's done 10 laps on these tyres. If he can go another 4 laps, he's one stop in this race.
Yeah. What is it about the Dual Finn and Yasin? They always seem to do, Jason, sorry. They seem to do one-stop races.
They look after their tyres. They just look after their tyres. I think what it is, they grow up in places where for half of the year they're driving around on ice and the rest of the year they're driving around on gravel. So they never really have to look after the... Oh, Hulkenberg's off! He's gone deep at turn 1. He's gone deep at the Castrol S. Dave's up alongside around the outside of the Mercedes arena. Not quite made it work though. Hulkenberg having to go defensive to try and hold that position. But here comes Mulrine. He's going to steal a place off Dave. If Dave's not careful, Dave might end up with a power boost penalty here. He has. That's put Mulrine up into 3rd. And now Hulkenberg's got a different car to think about behind him. Dave the Harp, he's lost a huge amount of time there. He's going to be gutted. Now, I said earlier about to keep an eye on would be K-Slay on Neotig. We've missed it. He's already got past. Now, can he see 6th place at the moment? I don't think he can. The gap's not huge between them, though. I reckon that'll come down fairly quick. Now, Ray, you asked about... well, you needn't ask. You mentioned corner names. I'll tell you what. Hulkenberg and Mulrine, they're coming through the Schumacher S's. We know that one. The next left-hander is the Kumho curve. Kumho being a tyre manufacturer. Then they're into the bit curve. I don't know if the Mega Bit was designed in Germany, but it's the bit curve. Then the Hatzenbeckst-Bogen is the King Right. And then it's the Vidal chicane. So Hulkenberg still in 2nd place. Duo Finn is still going round. The Vidal.
Hulkenberg keeps going deep at that chicane.
Oh, testing the tyres maybe or the brakes. And the final corner being the Coca-Cola curve. But Duo Finn, I mean, he's just driving round as if there is nothing. What's tyre wear? Okay, let's go and see what we can spot.
I'll go and get a timing from Duo Finn to 2nd place, and I'll find a good point. I'll get back to you.
Okay, no problem. K-Slay can now see the car in 6th place ahead of him. Now, hopefully for K, what he's done is when he realised he had to make an additional pit stop for whatever reason, be it fuel or tyres, he's gone, you know what, let's fuel it to the end, get that bit solved. If the tyres all last, we'll be all right. If they don't, we've got a short stop for a change of tyres. But he is catching up to Lielmo McElroy, who pitted quite some time ago. The gap is coming down fairly quick. So for Kay, it's all about catch him as fast as he can, get the move done, and see if he can move on to 5th place, who's Richie Davey, who's fallen away from the back of 4th place at the moment. I would like to see where his mate is, Andy Russell, down in 10th place at the moment. Bit of a gap between himself and 9th.
About 28 seconds.
Oh, so the gap then between Duo Finn and Hulkenberg's 28 seconds. Oh, that's going to get close, you know, for when Duo Finn pits. He may come out quite far behind, but he is on for a 1-stop, and considering when the other guys pitted, they're not. They're on a 2-stop unless they've run a softer compound tyre and are now on hards.
Hulkenberg keeps going wide at that one corner, at that chicane.
At the Vidal chicane.
Yeah, he's gonna get a power boost penalty at the end of the race or something. I see it coming. He's gonna just miss his braking point that wee bit too much.
Well, perhaps he's just feeling that he's got to brake that a little bit later, so the car that's near him can't attack. Whereas would it be better?
Back in the pits.
Oh, so Dave may be on a 3-stop strategy. Okay, he's really gaining fast. I say it's a he, I believe it's a he, I can't remember your full name, I do apologise. The lightning-clad car is catching Lee Elmo McElroy very, very quick. Elmo's wiggling in the braking zone. Oh, this move is going to be happening very, very soon, Ray. I think that what you might need to keep an eye on is Duofin and when he's going to actually chuck his car into the pit lane, because I think it's going to be within the next 2 laps. And if Dave the Harp's just pitted, as you've seen, he pitted at the same time as Hulkenberg. So is Dave the Harp going for an undercut? Is Hulkenberg going longer than he perhaps wants to? Oh, Elmo, he's wide. That's going to help Kay out. That's going to help him out a lot. It's going to put Elmo under pressure. And here he is. There's Kay. He's closer than he ever has been. Apart from perhaps at the start of the race when they weren't far apart from each other.
Joe's still going.
Oh,
let's see what his lap time's going to be. His lap time's a 1:52 to a 1:50. He's got to think about pitting soon. Yep.
If he's dropping that amount of time, he is going to have to think about pitting soon. But he knows that the other guys are going to have to pit at some point as well. Okay.
Is he going to try and see if he can get the soft tyres to the end? I don't know. I'm sure you can get soft, medium and hard, or it's soft and hard.
I think there is different compounds, but sorry to interrupt, Kay. I think he's looking for the move, is he? No, he's decided to back out of it before the Vidal chicane. Perhaps going to try and do it. No, he's going to let Elmo. I thought Elmo was going for the pits. I think he did as well, but Elmo just got a bad exit. This is going to give Kay a chance now of getting a better exit if he can. Oh, he's on the grass. Elmo's giving him no room. That was a little bit cheeky. Kay won't be happy about that. I reckon he's going to chuck it up the inside now. Yeah, you've forced him into making that move, Elmo, and he's chopped him off. Oh, Elmo. You can't go chopping him off, mate. You got to give him some room.
Dave the Harp's trying to get overtake driver Montana. He had a wee bit he struggled on the last corner to get the overtake done, but he's got it done down into turn 1. That's him off speed.
Yep, so that's Dave up to 7th place. Kay now still stuck behind Lee Elmo. It's one thing defending your position, it's another one completely chopping someone up. And Kay was completely chopped up there. So he did well to avoid it, to be honest, but it did compromise his attempted overtake. Duofin, he's in the pits! Finally! He's in the pits!
Neil Tig's sitting in the pits as well.
Is it a long stop for Neotig? Is he in the garage?
Yeah.
If he's in the garage, that'll be race over for him.
Track now.
Maybe it's just your camera angle. Oh, K-Slate, he's chucked it up the inside. I don't blame him, trying to force his way through. I think they've both got a bit of it. Oh, Elmo's definitely got a power boost penalty there. You know what? I don't concede well, you get a bit of bumping and grinding in tin top racing, and in a way I don't blame K-Slate for being a bit forceful there. He was chopped up a couple of times.
Gio Finn had 2 cones in front of him in pits. Where did the cones come from?
I have no idea, but he's on the move. Richie Davey is in the pits. Mulrine and Hulkenberg, they're now fighting it out for the lead of this race.
K-Slate's back in the pits.
Oh, I wonder if that's damage or whether that's just for a stop.
Back through.
Oh, he's not going to be happy if he's got to re-overtake him.
Place.
Well, with the pit stops, Dave may gain. Oh, Hulkenberg's struggling. I think his tyres have had enough, you know. I think he's been on them a little too long.
Mulring's there, looking for it. He's looking for it. Come on, Mulring. Give him a bit of pressure.
I think he is. I think he's just him being there is enough pressure. Hulkenberg, he's seen Duofin go as long as he has, so it's perhaps made him think, oh no, I'm going to have to take these long, make sure I'm only stopping once more. I tell you what, Duofin's in 3rd place, and the gap between himself and the cars ahead is Hulkenberg's wide. Hulkenberg's very wide. He made just the gap between these two and Duofin in 3rd is not very big. So when these guys pit, Duofin's going to retake the lead. I tell you what, these guys, they're going to have one hell of a final stint to catch Duofin. Oh, Hulkenberg's struggling at the Vidal chicane again. Mulrine looking up the inside. Are either of them going for the pits? Mulrine is. Hulkenberg's continuing on. He's off into the gravel. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Mulrine in his insides had to force James Hulkenberg to go an extra lap.
It may have done. Duofin, he's coming around the final corner. He's going to take second place off Mulrine. That's guaranteed. There we go. Position gained. Mulrine in the pits. Lee Elmo's... Yep. Is he going to... You keep an eye on him, Ray, to see if he gains a place. Because Dave the Harp's approaching the final corner now.
He's passed... Yep. Lee's gained a place.
So is Dave the Harp going to gain a place as driver Montana makes his way into the pits?
Mulrine's just coming out of the pits now. That'll be him released. Dave the Harp's ahead of him. So if Mulrine was right with Hulkenberg, I don't know how Hulkenberg's doing this lap. Dave the Harp could be ahead.
I tell you what,
it'd be very close.
Oh, Hulkenberg's sector 1, nearly a second. 2 seconds slower than Duofin's. Lee Elmo's was nearly a second slower than Duofin's. Duofin's going to retake this lead. Mulrine, his first sector's a 1 minute 8, but that's because he's been in the pits, and Hulkenberg's a little wide again. Neotig, by the way, is still circulating. I think it was just the camera angle as you'd have been driving down the pit straight. It's giving you a shot of the garages. I think Hulkenberg's got to pit this lap. He's losing bucket loads of time right now. I don't think the grip's there in his tyres anymore. He's just been struggling a little bit too much, and he's struggled at the Vidal again. Yeah, it's got to be time to pit, and it is. He's in. Okay, where's Duofin? Duofin's into the Vidal chicane already. He's going to take the lead of this race by a mile. What did you see?
No, saying what the hell, he was that close
oh yeah. I'm surprised how close he is, but Duofin, he's taking the lead of this race, and I don't think he's going to be pitting again. Hulkenberg's only just got into his pit box. Lee Elmo McElroy.
Lee's before Dave, isn't
he? Lee is before Dave. I think he's going to have another stop to make, but he's coming down the start finish now. Is he going to take second place? He is. Yes. He's into second. Hulkenberg's still stationary. Dave pitted earlier. He's jumped Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's only just on his way, and he's been jumped by Mulrine. Mulrine's jumped him by a mile. Well, I think a couple of these drivers are going to be sat there thinking, how the bloody hell has Duofin gone and done this?
Oh, somebody's off wide. I don't know if it's just a back marker getting out of the way.
It might be Andy Russell. He's got, I think, Dave the Harp or Mulrine near him.
Yeah, Mulrine and Dave the Harp. No.
So yeah, it is. It's Dave the Harp. Dave the Harp's getting past Andy Russell. So the grey car with no red top. That is Andy Russell, who's down in 10th place. Looks like he's moving out of the way to sort of show Mulrine, look, come on, come past. Well, Mulrine sort of just braked in behind him. There we go. Well done, Andy. Let the car behind that's ahead go ahead and put you behind. And Richie Davey, is that behind? No, it's Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's got to be absolutely gutted. Unless the cars ahead are going to have to pit again, because he's now down in 5th place.
I can't see it for Duofin. I can't see Duofin pitting again.
I don't think...
first stint.
No. Duofin's not going to pit again. Hulkenberg might not. I think Dave the Harp might have to. I think Mulrine may have to. We'll have to wait and see. But for Duofin, what a call on his tyres. K-Slay, he's got himself back up to 6th place, and you know what? I was going to say he's not that far behind, but actually he now is. Azamore, we've lost Azamore, we've lost Stringy B. Those two are out of this race. We knew about Azamore actually, as Andy Russell nails a cone, and I think that lets Hulkenberg through. It does. Now, who's got the previous best lap time? It was Hulkenberg earlier. It still is with a 1:48.8. That was the lap time he set earlier on. it's time for these guys to now up their pace a little bit more, because
Joe Finlay a 150, and then Lee by a 152, and then Dave the Harps 152, Mulrine's a 150, and James Hulkenberg, cause he pit, was a 221.
I tell you what, third, fourth and fifth, there's not a second between them, and Hulkenberg's been on a flyer. He's up the inside of Mulrine. He's had to back out of it a little bit though. Mulrine's trying to attack Dave the Art while he's being attacked. This is like, I don't know, three-way boxing at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, I thought Hulkenberg had it there.
Mulrine's just giving Dave a little bit of a tap. He's giving Hulkenberg chance. Too wide into the Schumacher S's. Is Hulkenberg going to avoid the gravel? Yes. What about the exit? Just. Oh, 2 cars in 3 corners from Hulkenberg there. Time to get your foot down, fella, because you've just got past these guys. They ain't going to like it. You're going to have to get a shift on.
Oh, he's got a big gap. His gap's...
Go on. Go and give it a time in race. See if you can find out exactly what that gap is, because that's what we're going to need to know. There's 9 laps to go.
I was talking about Hulkenberg to Dave the Hart.
Oh, Dave's just had a shocker. A shocker of a chicane. Him and Mulrine still going at it. Oh, he's up the inside though. No, that's Mulrine up the inside. Oh, what a move. He's caught Dave sleeping there. There's a car in the pits. I think he may be a back marker though. Oh, so Elmo, he was up in second place. Oh, Dave, is he going to chuck it up the inside? He's thinking about it. Oh, but he had to be hard on the brakes. And the position is lost. So Mulrine's in third, Dave the Harp's in fourth. Hulkenberg's got himself up to second. He's lost it. He's lost it. Oh, James. Oh, you're not going to make commentary on Sunday very easy for yourself, are you, fella? You can't do it.
What's his name for commentary? I burgered it up.
And his F1 commentary name that's been given to him is James Huntenberger.
James I burgered it up.
James Hunton buggered it up. Okay. He's still in second place, but he's got Mulrine all over the back of him. Duofin, you know what? I've known Duofin for quite some time. I've seen him racing for a long time. When I first saw him racing F1 cars, he was there. Potential of winning a championship. And then over the last year or two, I've seen, I don't know if it's a dip in form or just going long on the tyres in F1 where it didn't work. But today, oh, what a call. What a call.
Guess what? His pal's online and he's saying, go for it, Joe.
So that'll be Jason then. Jason said, I think it might not have been last week, but he did say at a previous event, Dave the Harp's in the pits. I thought he might have to stop again. He's nearly at the pit wall. But yeah, so Dave's had to stop again. Jason did say a couple of races ago that he reckons Duofin will do well. He won't stop the race, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, it was a possibility, but he seemed to struggle with the way the car was handling. Today, though, oh, sublime. K-Slay back in the pits as well.
Oh, Hulkenberg's wide. Oh.
Go on.
That's like Mulrine through.
And Mulrine
up to second place.
Mulrine is up to second place. It's going to turn into James Hunton dive bombing soon if he's not careful. The thing is with these tyres as well though, once you spin up those rears and overheat them, you have to look after them for a lap, because if you don't, you'll lose the rears again. Okay, now I know that battle's still going on, but Lee Elmo McElroy, he pitted a lap or so ago. He's jumped Dave the Harp for fourth place. Dave, you've now got a challenge on. You can't let this guy beat you. You're meant to be a championship contender. You're meant to be winning these races, not being down in fifth place. I better not say too much. I finished our F1 racing ninth the other day. Richie Davey, he's in sixth place, not that far behind Dave the Harp. I don't know if he's got another stop to make. K-Slay is in 7th, safe in that position at the moment, but Driver Montana and Neotig, they're having a bit of a battle. So I'm going to focus on these two for a little while, Ray, while you keep an eye on what's happening with the other guys. 2nd and 3rd, 4th and 5th. Because Neotig, he's just ran a little bit wide. He knows there's a chance of stealing a place here. Whether these guys are going to have to stop again, we do not know. But that little moment wide cost Neotig there. Now, tell you what would be really. Oh, Neo, he's off onto the greeny, browny, gravelly. Slide your arse on it, end up with a rash stuff. I would say he's lost the place, but he hasn't. Go on.
The last lap, Joe Finn still has got the fastest lap over the guys, so he's holding it high as well.
So, yeah, I did spot he'd got a 1:49, I think it was. And I tell you what, Driver Montana, he's in 7th place. He's got K-Slay, who is in 8th place, right behind him. And then we've got Neo right behind them. So we've got a 3-way battle about to be commencing here. I think K-Slay managed to jump a position. I could be wrong, but Driver Montana's just gained a place. I think we may have lost somebody else from this race. Richie Davey is out of the race. Oh, he'll be disappointed about that.
Oh, Dave's flashing the tic-tacs at Lee Elmo. He's trying to get past. Oh, he's got past into turn.
No, he hasn't, because Lee Elmo's fighting it back. We saw Elmo being a little bit physical earlier on. He's doing it again. You keep an eye on that one, Ray. I'm going back to Driver Montana because he's about to lose a position to K-Slay down into turn 1. K-Slay tried this earlier, got chopped up. He's not been chopped up here, but he has been nudged along to speed up on the exit. So that's K-Slay up to 7th. Driver Montana down to 8th. And I've got a feeling it's Duofin right behind them. This could cost Duofin. He needs these guys to just stop their fighting for a moment and let him through. Otherwise, the chance of Hulkenberg catching is there. Duofin, he's looking to get past, but he wants to do it in a way. He wants to make sure that the guy realises that it's a blue flag situation. Don't hold me up. And this might be it happening now. He's up alongside. Yep.
Flash your tic-tacs.
So Duo navigates that car. Now for Driver Montana, what he really needs to do is try and stay behind Duofin if he can, as close as he can, so when K-Slay has to move out the way, he can drive on past him with him. Right, back to the action you've been watching, Ray. 2nd and 3rd. Hulkenberg still leading Mulrine. Dave the Hart is ahead of Lee Elmo. And I tell you what, Dave's just gone super defensive as though to say, don't even try it, fella. Don't even try it. Too far back. He is too far back, so he's safe at the moment. Well, looks like they're getting a little spread up at the front now. Six laps to go. I don't think Hulkenberg's got enough laps. Here we go. Duofin's just past K-Slay. K-Slay's had to slow down, but Driver Montana is not close enough to gain as well. But there's Duofin crossing the start-finish line. 2nd place. He's just going, well, just making their way up to the Vidal chicane now. That's the size of the lead he has. Hulkenberg is not going to close that gap in time in the laps remaining. He needs Duofin to have a mare. But I can't see. No, the way he's driven this race so far, it ain't going to happen. Hulkenberg, he is pulling away though from 3rd place, Mulrine. Let's see what his previous lap was. It's in the 50s, so not the fastest of lap times at the moment. He is potentially catching Duofin at 8/10 on that previous lap, but as we saw, Duofin did have to get ahead of a car. Neotig is in the pit lane, he's exiting the pits now, and we have had quite a few drivers drop out of the race throughout different stages of it. But what a race we've had. I tell you what we could do with now, you know. Duo doesn't want it, but a downpour.
29 seconds.
That's
first and second.
Hulkenberg's got no chance. Yeah, he's got no chance of catching that unless Duo goes for a pit stop. or has a spin. Okay, have we got anyone close enough to have a battle with anybody else at the moment? Neotic having pitted, I think that makes it a no. It is. So everyone has gone and got themselves a little bit spread out, because that's K-Slay behind Duofin. And I think for K-Slay, he's going to want to try and just stay with Duofin if he can, to show that had he not had the dodgy pit stop... No, he spun it around the final corner into the barrier. He's going to have to spin it around. Here comes 7th place driver Montana trying to avoid him, and he's into the barrier. I hope that's not caused either of them any damage. But driver Montana up to 6th place. Typical commentators, Kerr saying all he wants to do is stay with him and show him that he could have won this race. He's got to spun it. Sorry, K-Slay. Excuse me.
But thinking about it, it's been great from start to finish. This thunderstorm, how the guys were doing in the qualify session and into the race. That's been a great racing.
It has. And you can do nothing but thank those new guys that have made it in this week, or for the regulars that have returned to the circuit. The more cars that are on the track, the more exciting the racing becomes. And it has been very exciting. It's unfortunate for K-Slay he's had the dodgy pit stop, because he was, well, I was going to say he was on for winning this race, but actually he wasn't, because Duofin, I think, still would be leading this race, because K-Slay would have been on a 2-stop and would have been in the fight with Dave the Harp, James Hulkenberg and Mulrine. But Duofin has just been phenomenal in this race. Phenomenal.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
And I tell you what, I don't want to commentate.
I take driving lessons for him.
Well, I don't want to commentators curse him and say something and then have him spin off, but there's a few guys that I see drive, and I think these guys, they deserve wins so much. And Duofin is one of those guys. A good driver, a fast driver, a fair driver, a clean driver, a really quick driver.
K-Slay, driver Montana.
Oh yeah, Montana.
Touching, going round this last corner. They were guiding each other round.
Well,
it was like Siamese twins.
Guiding each other round maybe, but now K-Slay's further ahead. And probably wants all of those points to himself. He's not in for sharing. Okay. Let's see, how many laps? Mulrine's in the pits with 3 laps to go. What are you doing? That's got to be for fuel. I'm in a little bit of shock there. He may be able to keep hold of 3rd place, because 4th place is only coming up to the final chicane now. And Dave did pit around about 5 laps ago. I'm surprised that Mulrine's had to make this stop, unless it's just tactical, cover himself off. Where's Dave the Harp coming down the start-finish line now? He's not close enough to have got past. So for Mulrine, perhaps he worked out, if I make a stop now, I'll still be in 3rd place. I'll cover off anything from behind. But that puts Dave the Harp not very far behind him at all. Hulkenberg, though, he's continued on through the Schumacher S's. I'm surprised the lap times haven't been beaten from the earlier stages of the race, but they have been doing a lot of battling. Oh, and he's wide! He's wide! That's a power boost penalty. That's a power boost penalty right there. It's a way of saving fuel, but it's not a way of improving your lap time.
The last lap, Hulkenberg was a second faster than Duofin, but there's too much of a gap. Yep.
Too much of a gap that he's just not going to be able to close it in. I can't see we're going to have Hulkenberg pitting again anytime soon. Mulrine, as we know, is in 3rd place. Dave the Harp's in 4th, not far behind him on the road. I think he's going to be a little bit gutted that he's down in 4th place, and it looks like that's where he's going to finish. I tell you, you keep an eye on the action, Ray. I'm going to pop the camera on. Who should we put it on? let's put it on Neotig for a moment. I just want to have a quick look at what this could potentially do for the standings. Hulkenberg is in place for getting 20 points, so he's going to be on 86. Dave the Harp's only going to score 16, so he's going to be on 77. Duo Finn, he's on 0, so he's looking to gain 25 points. So Hulkenberg could still be leading the standings after this race. So for him, Duo Finn actually winning this race is not all that bad. For Dave the Harp, though, he would have wanted to finish ahead of Hulkenberg. Right, Duo Finn. He's not got long until he starts the final lap of the race, and I think it's only fair that we ride on board with Duo Finn for that final lap, because it's been an absolutely phenomenal race for him. I'm just going to pop the standings up here because it helps with the positioning of people after the race, seeing as Project Cars likes to mix everybody up. But I mean, Ray, how do you go about describing what this guy's done today?
Oh, he's just brought one out of the blanket, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. I mean, how do you think the likes of Hulkenberg and Dave the Harp, what do you think is going to be going through their mind now as they're like sat there, they've destroyed their tyres, done two or three stop strategies, and they're 30 seconds behind him?
I think they'll be going back to the drawing board going, what the hell? One stop?
Adrian Newey, you built me a crap car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what his setup is, but how he's not destroying these tyres, I don't know. But even though what's his a 149, 148, 149, 149. So it's not as if it's his fastest lap times as a slow lap time, and his actual lap times are slow. They're quite fast, but he's just managing the tyres beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, we had people pitting after 5 laps. A pit stop window, say between 5 and 9 laps. Duo Finn went about 15 laps. Now, he could have been on the harder compound tyre for 2 stints. If he was, he's made it work. If he's on the soft tyre, he's going to be getting a few messages from the other drivers saying, what did you do to your setup? But anyway, he's coming around the final corner for the final time. He's going to approach the finish line and take victory here in Nürburgring as he flashes his lights. A fantastic victory for Duo Finn, and a very, very deserving one as well. James Hulkenberg
done.
Yeah, a very, very well done. Jason, go and send him a bottle of champagne. Every time I've gone on board with Hulkenberg lately, he's gone off at that chicane. He's got another power boost penalty. That's going to have to be his Sunday commentary name, you know. James Power Boost Penalty Hulkenberger. It says he's in 3rd place at the moment, but we know he is in 2nd place. I think he'll be a bit disappointed that he's not... Well, that he's been beaten in the way that he has, but as I mentioned, I think he'll actually be quite happy that he's going to finish the race in 2nd place. Although I'll tell you what, he seems to be going very, very slow at the moment. I wonder if he's letting a car unlap themselves. They are. That's Neotig that's just gone by. So for Hulkenberg, then it is going to be 2nd place here at the Nürburgring, and a very, very slow one at that. He may have just ran out a bit of juice. Caseley's not in 3rd. It was. Who was it? Is 3rd place?
Mulrine.
Yes, it was Mulrine. I can't find him. There we go. Sorry, Mulrine, he's just crossed the line. So it's 3rd place for Mulrine. 4th place was Dave the Harp. He's coming round the final corner now. So after Dave, I think Lee may have been after Dave, behind Dave. Yep, so Dave's in 4th place. Then we've got Lee Elmo McElroy. Says he's in 8th place, but he really, really isn't, not unless he's had an absolute mare of the last few laps. This is one of the really confusing things with Project Cars, when you got cars a lap down, out of position. It really confuses the order here until they all cross the line. I think for Elmo McElroy, he may be a little bit disappointed with the 5th place, but gave a good fight of it earlier on, and he's now got K-Slay right behind him. That could be for position, you know, although I doubt it because we did see K have a little bit of a crash earlier on. So it'll be 5th place for Elmo McElroy. K-Slay is in 6th place. Then we've got driver Montana in 7th place, just making his way to the finish line now. Fairly good performance from him. Got to the end of the race anyway. I believe may not have been on the lead lap, but he won't mind that too much. And for Neo Tig, after a tricky qualifying session, returning back to the circuit, starting at the back of the grid, put up a good fight of it early on, but unfortunately down to 8th place. Well, let's say down to 8th place, up to 8th place from where he started, but it will be an 8th place finish for him. And then it's myself and you in the pits, Ray. Yeah. But, I mean, okay, time for you to pick a driver of the day.
Oh, there's only one. There's only one. And that's got to be Joe.
You know what? There's nothing that brings a memory from my childhood better than a Scotsman saying, there can be only one. This is where you're going to tell me you've never watched any of the Highlander films. Come on, I'm not that old that you've not seen the Highlander films. They were brilliant, they were amazing. The TV series was shocking. But you're right, Duo Finn, I don't think anybody can argue with that. Anyone can argue with that at all.
Not they can.
Hulkenberg, 2nd place, as we know. He'll still be leading the standings. Mulryan in 3rd. He had probably one of his best races today. Absolutely proper on it for the fight for the lead, and I mean with that duo fit, I honestly think the likes of Hulkenberg, Mulryan, Dave the Harp, K-Slay, they all thought they were fighting for the win. Little did they know the duo fin was going to do what he did and just blow them all out of the water. Dave the Harp, he's disappointed in 4th. He's already got the car in the garage. Elmo in 5th. K-Slay, his car's in the garage. Here comes driver Montana and Neo Tig. They'll be making their way into their pit garages. Now, one thing we would like to try and do is try and work out a way where the drivers will be able to still perhaps save their session, because with us retiring, we don't get to go round and finish the laps. But maybe once Neo Tig is back into the pits, the session will end properly for them, and they will be able to save their footage if that's how they want to do it, and be able to view it at a later date. But what a race we've had here this evening in the Front Row Racing PCF. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm out of breath, Ray. I'm out of breath.
Yeah, that was one hell of a session, from the qualifying then to the race. There wasn't a moment of nothing to speak about.
No, you're right. Something happened all the way through. Okay, we're going to bring this live stream to an end in a moment, as it sounds like someone's just smashed up the garage, thrown the helmet we've discussed. We're going to bring this live stream to an end in a moment. So well done to Duo Finn, taking a win there, absolutely brilliant. Next up on the Front Row Racing YouTube channel will be on Sunday night for the Project Cars Sunday League, the Ginetta G55s. I didn't look at where their race is. I do remember though, it'll be at the Sakito International Circuit. I can't remember how many laps, check it out on Facebook. But that'll be at 8:30 PM on Sunday. Next up for the Project Cars Fridays will be next Friday, obviously, at around about 9 o'clock. That's when we're trying to get sort of really going on it. And I didn't look at I did look at where the next track is. I tell you what, if some of the drivers thought this one was tricky, next up for the Project Cars Friday League, it's going to be 22 laps of Mount Panorama, Bathurst.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, indeed. I'm not sure the drivers will be saying nice, but that's going to be one hell of a race. Might not end up with many finishers. Yeah, very bumpy ride. May not end up with very many finishers because lots of places to destroy the car there, but it'll be an interesting one nevertheless. Okay, that'll be up. Thank you very much, Ray, for joining us on Friday night's commentary once again.
No bother at all, and thank you for having me.
You're very, very welcome. So I've been from Row Racing DP, he's been from Row Racing RI. These guys have been the Project Cars Friday League racers. We've been from Row Racing, and we'll be back again soon.